Hello, hello. There we go. Good to see you guys. Just saying hi to everybody, waiting for folks to come back in. Hello. Um, Teams meeting. True. All right. I think and the people are here. Um, so I don't know where to start. In terms of am I doing okay? Regarding my eek. I mean, I don't know. What can I say? Relatively. Um, I received his memorial items. I picked it up Monday. Still hurts to think about. So the I don't know what so Archer and Winston's foster mom, who I keep in contact with as an acquaintance and a good friend. Um, she knows what happened to Maik, and we'll talk about the cast in a little bit. I promise. Uh, she knows what happened to Maik, and now she says she has like a uh, a 16-week old void that she would love to have me adopt. Um, Part of me says yes. Another part of me says it's far too soon. Uh, it's kind of hard. I know Serana, she needs, she'll probably need a playmate of some kind. Um, but I'm still talking to her. Uh, I've had a lot of time to think about what happened with Maik, and it's tough. Um, I know it was a terrible assumption on my part, but you just kind of like when you have a cat that's seemingly healthy on the outside, um, you kind of expect to have them for like 10 years or something, right? Give or take. Not to lose them in less than three. So that was hard. It was hard to come to terms. I've taken, I have taken Serrano's, I have Serrano's appointment tomorrow um, to get her up to date on her vaccinations and give her a once over, just to make sure everything's okay. But yeah, that's what makes Maik's loss more unique than Archer and Winston's It's just simply how soon it came. Like, it came out of nowhere. And it's just, I don't know, maybe it's something I haven't looked up, but it does seem like, it's happened to a lot of people where their cats or their pets seem healthy, and but then within a matter of weeks or a couple of months, they just free fall, and you didn't see it coming. All right. But yeah, I'm thinking about it. My foster mom is really giving me the hard sell to take care of her, to take care of him. It's a boy. Hey, what's up, Kurt? How you doing? And I'm thinking about it, but we'll see. So in other personal news, yes, this is a cast. Um, Last Saturday, I was on my bike. I was going to go to Quick Trip to pick something up, and then pick up my prescriptions. And it had just finished raining. No, there's no awesome story behind this. It had just finished raining. The roads were still slick, and I turned the corner a little too fast, and the back wheel lost all traction, slid, and uh, obviously, out of reflex, used my wrist to brace myself, and both my wrist and my knee took the brunt of it. Um, my knee is fine. It's just scratched. It's just scratched to hell and back. It's got a nasty looking scar on there. Hopefully, it heals up. But this on Saturday, uh, I thought it was just a bad sprain. My brother suggested that if I'm having this a lot of trouble, like just playing Battlefield on the keyboard, it might actually be a fracture. Um, and then Sunday morning when I woke up, it was still hurting pretty bad, or like kind of like pulsing type of pain. So I decided, okay, all right. I went to urgent care and they took X-rays, and sure enough, it was a wrist fracture. Uh, one of the one of the bones over here, I think, this one around here, or this one. It's one of the bones that are on the sides. Um, but there was a fracture. This is a temporary cast, and I have an appointment with the orthopedic surgeon in um, like the first week of November to get more definitive looks at it, and hopefully they'll tell me that I don't need surgery. Um, that's the one thing I can hope for, is that if they just give me a more permanent cast, it should be able to heal okay, and I won't need surgery or anything like that. I really hope I don't. So that's what happened. It sucks because, as a lot of you know, I'm left-handed, and so yeah, that's what I try to tell people. Clopter is like I broke it during an underground MMA fight, or like you know doing boxing exercises at the gym. Um, I know, Brooke. I thought it was going to be sooner than that too, like sometime like next week. But no, November 4th. Um, yeah, it is my dominant hand, so double suck. Learning to relearning to take a shower, to make sure that this doesn't get wet, putting on my clothes. I can't even put on a suit, or I can only put on a suit halfway because I can't get this through the sleeve. Yeah, it sucks. On top of an already sucky week. So, with all that being said, you guys are now up to date on the comings and goings. Oh, and I'm blocking him. Let me see if I can turn this on here. Hey, there we go. Now it seems like I'm in the room with him, but it's okay. Nope, wrong thing. All right, that's enough. So this apparently happened this morning. People were telling me about it this morning as well. Kind of rough. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll learn to be ambidextrous over the next couple of weeks. All right. So let's hear what this guy's all about.
In your brain, and you are being manipulated and bribed and conspired against for murder by the Nazis. You will work with me.
What?
Mr. LeBeau's case. Laura.
Joshua Warren. Thanks, Your Honor. Mr. Warren, can you state your name, sir?
My name is Joshua William Warren. I'm representing myself in this case.
So you don't want to be represented by an attorney?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I would say there come some perils with you representing yourself. You understand that, sir?
No. I know
You
the
don't
mission.
understand?
I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I know what I'm doing.
Oh.
You are working.
I'm sorry?
You are being paid by Adolf Mack to fry me. This is conspiracy for murder. Your wife, Delphia Simpson, came up here pretending to be Ann Arbor Comprehensive Care Center yesterday. You are originally the Tux family. You are an Egyptian lord.
What did you just say? I don't know. I'm kind of like flabbergasted. Pretty hardcore. What in the world did I just listen to? Yeah. What in the world?
You're Illuminati.
Oh,
if you do not help me,
I'm Illuminati.
I will sue you and criminally prosecute to the fullest extent.
Okay, I welcome that. You're invited
Thank
to
you,
do so.
Cedric Simpson.
What do you want to do with your case today?
Ellen Warren, Adolf Mack, Jeffrey Peake, Cynthia Miller, Frank Stanton tried to set me up, along with Derek Miller and Ryan Miller.
Okay,
They
but
are
I've got to
the
do
Ku Klux
something. I've got to
Klans.
do something. I've got to do something with your case.
Huh?
I'm being set up.
I've got to do something with your case. What do you want me to do?
I would like to sue, and what am I in court for today? And I would like to prosecute to the fullest extent.
Okay, so
And
let
I
me
can
do
sue
this.
for
If
10
you-
times the amount of what was stolen from me. They stole $666.8 million from me. They then turned it into $5.5 trillion and then put a hit out on me. I legally can sue for 10 times that amount, which would be $550 trillion. And I can criminally prosecute to the fullest
I'm with you.
extent, which is
I'm
my
with you.
right.
I did the math too. Listen,
Based.
here's the thing. I have to advise you, because if you are going to represent yourself, what you're here on, okay?
I'm doing it over Zoom.
So you're here on a complaint that alleges that on on October 15, 2025 on South Main Street
The Pentagon's
in the
using
city of
prisms to
Ann
make
Arbor,
the
Washington
Zoom
County,
mess up.
that you failed to stop at the scene of an accident regarding resulting in serious impairment or death. Do you understand that charge?
$1 trillion.
What?
Yeah, sure. And that's a felony, punishable by up to 5 years incarceration, a $5,000 fine plus court costs.
Which is actually 10 times the amount, because I can sue because it's conspiracy to murder, and sovereign law would make it 100 times the amount. But since it is conspiracy
Okay.
to murder, sovereign
I'm
law
with
does
you.
not
I
exist.
got you. I just have to let you know what you're
Which
charged
means
with.
I can sue for
There's
1,000
also a
times the
count
amount.
2 on the complaint that alleges that on that same date and at
I thought he said 10 times. Now it's 1,000.
that same time, that you did commit a moving violation causing serious impairment of a bodily function. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so there are serious perils representing yourself as opposed to having counsel. I would just have to advise you, you'd be treated the same. You are charged with making sure that you have an understanding and that you abide by the Michigan rules of, that you abide by the rules of evidence and the rules of procedure. You understand that?
Yes, Senator Simpson.
All right. And the other thing that I have to advise you of is that at any point during these proceedings, you wish to have counsel.
No, I
then
do
all
not
you
want
have to
any
do is
counsel, and I
just
want a bench
listen-
trial,
listen
not a
to what
jury
I'm
trial.
saying.
Because a bench
And
trial
then
is
if at
backed
any
on
point you do,
objective evidence.
if
A
at
bench
any
trial
point
is
you
objective
do
evidence.
want counsel, you just have to let the court know and the court will make sure that you have counsel.
No,
You
I do not
understand
want
that?
counsel.
You're not understanding what
Okay,
he's saying.
so what do you want me to do with your case today?
I would
Now
like
that
to
I've
do a
gotten
bench
through that
trial
part.
because a bench trial is on
A
subjective
bench
evidence,
trial?
and a jury
Well,
trial can
that's not
be
gonna happen.
bribed. And they're trying to
Okay,
bribe the
you
jury.
can go to
so
circuit
I
court and
want
have a
to
bench
Couldn't the judge be bribed too?
trial.
prosecute with sovereign law, and it's conspiracy to murder, and Donald Trump and Elon Musk are involved, and I can
Oh.
sue for 1,000 times the amount. And sovereignty
Your Honor,
does
if I
not
can
exist
if I
because the
can-
amount of money that
I
they
don't know,
put
I've
that
not been
hit
very
out
good
on
at
me,
it, but
and Donald Trump and Elon
oh,
Musk and Adolf
so-
Mack and Doug Minkoff and Jeffrey Peake and Ellen Wara all have estates that and residencies in states that do apply the death penalty. I would like to get
Okay,
Mack
okay,
in
I'm
the
with you.
chair.
I got you. Let me hear from somebody else real quick.
Your Honor, if I was working with Mr. LeBeau on this file, I was going to be asking for an adjournment as this is a new file. The defendant is on surveillance video at the intersection of this crash causing this accident and then fleeing the scene. That has not been provided to either the defendant or his attorney if he has
I'd like to
one.
give
So
Donald
we would
Trump the
need more
elected
time.
chair.
The defendant's on parole, and if he's entertaining the idea of representing himself, I think it's important that we refer him to competency first.
Well, I don't know that I can do that right this second, although maybe. But here's what I'm gonna do. Sir,
Yeah.
Rick Simpson.
I'm gonna adjourn your
I do
case
not want a
out.
jury trial. You cannot adjourn this. This is a high profile case. Where I can't, yeah.
Okay, but you
There are
haven't
too
seen
many
the
people involved.
You
You have a
haven't
Neuralink
seen.
in your brain and you are being manipulated and bribed and conspired against for murder by the Nazis. You will work with me.
What?
Alrighty then.
I don't even know how
so-
to respond to that.
So you don't want an adjournment?
No, I do not want an adjournment. I want a bench trial.
Okay, so
It's
so
based on
listen.
factual evidence. The jury trial
I,
can be
I,
bribed.
I hear you. So the only thing that can happen is I can set this for a preliminary examination, but you haven't seen all the evidence.
I don't need all the evidence. I know all the evidence. Let me get a discovery
Okay, then.
packet though, so I can represent
So-
myself though, please. With all evidence, I would like to.
You want to
subpoena
represent
phone records
yourself?
and all evidence.
That all right?
I thought he just said he doesn't need the evidence, that he knows the evidence, but now he's still asking for discovery.
Right. Listen. Okay.
I would like to
So you want this
subpoena
set for
Bill
preliminary
Warren's.
examination?
I would like to subpoena Bill Wara. I would like to
Who?
subpoena Scott Casey, the Michigan militia, all of their phones, Doug Minkoff, Jeffrey Peake, Adolf Mack, Donald
We're not
Trump,
bringing all those people
Elon
down.
Musk.
Yeah, okay. If you want to subpoena them, then you can. But I'm not bringing all those folks. You want, my problem is he's asked for his exam. So I will have to set it. I wonder who'd like to hear this.
Your Honor, would we still be on the case?
Mm. Hang on, I'll get to that in a minute.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I'm gonna indicate he doesn't want his discovery. Says he doesn't need it. Would they, man?
Well,
I-
at first he said he doesn't need it because he knows all the evidence, but then I think he said he still wanted discovery. But again, I mean, he contradicted himself in the next sentence.
I'm not gonna have the complaint that's rights have been infringed, so yes, I'm gonna do it. And you're gonna be mad. It's okay.
Hello.
You don't care about my feelings.
I don't care about your feelings because you don't care about mine, but we shouldn't air this in public.
Hey, Gia.
No, I have to do the, no, I can't. I cannot. Sorry, I have to do it. I got you.
Okay.
I hear you, but I can't do that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set this for defendant invoking what he
Still
has.
talking.
Would
Still going.
prosecutor have their witnesses available the 28th?
Yes, sir.
Yapping.
Sir, I'm gonna
Yes.
give you your preliminary examination. So your preliminary
you.
examination will be set in person on,
It's here.
Your Honor, I'm so used to
And,
just saying, yes, sir.
Adolf
no, I
Hitler
know,
is in
but
the
I
judicial
realize it's
court
close, but
with Carol
it-
Conkey and East Hope, et cetera, et cetera.
excuse me?
Who?
Carol
What?
Conkey is involved. She is at 22nd Judicial Circuit Court with Feiger and Ellen Warren and Jeffrey Peake. Elon
my
Musk is with Trump at the Michigan Supreme Court in Lansing. I do not want to adjourn. I want a bench trial now.
I am not adjourning. I'm giving you the quickest preliminary examination I possibly can.
Yes, sir.
But I have to hear from all sides.
Yeah, guys, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Apparently, they are showing people their underlying username and not their public name, and not y'all's public name. I don't know why.
Regarding that.
My brother really, really wants to sign my cast, but again, this is a temporary cast until I go to ortho.
I would set it for the 28th. Counsel, most of these witnesses are police witnesses, so we could at least begin.
Okay, thank you. What's today?
That's a yes or no.
Yes, sir.
What
Thank
is
you.
Today, what is today, Cedric Simpson?
Pardon?
He keeps on. Okay, now I hear it fully. He keeps calling him Senator Simpson.
What is today, Cedric Simpson?
Today?
Oh, Cedric. Oh, he's using his full name. Oh, wow, that's a little disrespectful. But I think, for the purposes of brevity, I think Judge Simpson's just letting it slide.
Is the 23rd.
Okay, Miss Lee, I'm sorry that I'm executing your husband.
What?
You're executing what?
Miss Lee's husband, who is Adolf Mack.
Yeah, I think we all heard that too, right?
I'm giving him the electric chair. And I'm
Alright.
suing him for everything he owns. He's JP Chase Morgan. He owns Chase Bank. I want Chase Bank. He's Hitler.
Okay. All right.
I'm suing for Chase Bank and giving JP Morgan Chase, who is Adolf Mack, the electric chair.
Okay,
If
thank
Elon
you.
Musk works with me
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna
and
do.
Donald Trump.
I don't know that we'll be able to go, given how you're
Yes,
acting.
we will.
but
I want
I'm
a
gonna
bench
set
trial
your
today.
preliminary examination.
I am sorry, Cedric Simpson, that the and Adolf Mack, JP Morgan.
I'm gonna set your preliminary examination for October 28th, 2025, 9 a.m. That will be before me.
Oh, it's muted again.
You know, I'm not if I let the PD off, because I may on my own motion be referring for competency, I will do it that day. But so right now, to answer your question, Mr. LeBeau, you are still on the case. Because I think the more the
Tones, to be honest, I'm shocked that nobody has made those jokes yet. Because I've been making those jokes in my own head this entire time. But nobody's actually bid it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. No, you're not really thanking me, but I get it. All right, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Is there a way?
All right, we'll listen to this one, and then we'll call it. I wasn't intending this to be a long stream, so I apologize.
That I can get somebody. I have my daughter here with me.
Court calls case, people versus.
So, the title is this lady brings her daughter with her to a revocation hearing. So my best guess is that she did this for the purposes of trying to use her daughter as a shield to avoid going to jail. But
It's Colette Haynes.
Colette Haynes.
Thank you. In regards to the PCC, Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment just for some continued negotiations.
All right. With reference to the violation.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Haynes is prepared to admit to the bond violation today and provide an explanation.
All right. I'll accept the admission, but what's the explanation?
Your Honor, it does state in the bond violation report that on the 22nd, when she reported she was visibly ill at the time, she explained to me that she has diabetes and shortly after that went into DKA and did have to be hospitalized for a few days. So unfortunately, she ended up missing that new scheduled appointment as well as her first PCC. After missing the
hey, Thea, think of the 149 sticker.
PCC, she did contact me and we worked to get this case set to do a bench warrant recall. So she is willing to test. She is willing to comply on bond. She is sorry that she missed that appointment and she's hoping to have an opportunity to go touch base with community corrections today and reschedule.
Thank you. But okay, I hear what you're saying, but when I look at this, all of the events that I have in this occurred at basically toward the end of September.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm now almost 30 days out and nothing's been corrected.
And Ms. Haynes indicated to me that she wasn't aware that she needed to make contact with community corrections because she had the bench warrant.
I don't know about that.
I didn't know that I can just go back there and
Yeah, but once the bench warrant was cleared, she still, that doesn't even make any sense to me.
they told me that I had to wait when first they told me I had to do it online.
Do
And I
what
did it.
online?
For the bench warrant.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I didn't know that the warrant was cleared until I come to court today. And
What
I
do you
thought I
mean you didn't
needed
know it was cleared?
another referral to go back to community corrections. I didn't know I could just walk back in there and do it all over again with a warrant. I tried to come up here and walk in on a warrant, but they told me that they only do it once a month. At the end of the month on Wednesdays. And that would have been yesterday, but I had received
Yeah, but where were you between that? All of this occurred September 2nd. I get what council's telling me that at some point you're in the hospital for a few days.
I was
So
sick for-
even if that takes me to the end of September, which is giving a lot of grace just in terms of time, I'm now here on the 23rd and nothing.
Nothing.
Because they told me that I could not walk in on the warrant. And I didn't know that I could just go back to community correction.
You have an attorney.
Mhm.
And Your Honor,
I was contacting the attorney, and when I was contacting the attorney, she was telling me that she didn't even, well, it was a he. It wasn't even her. It was a whole different attorney I had. We were texting back and forth and I was asking him questions and he was saying he was in court. He don't know, he'll find out. And then he told me I could do it online, so I just did it online.
And Your Honor, I will say, Ms. Haynes does want to resolve this case. She did make steps to take care of the bench warrant and to get the case back on track. So she's just hoping for another opportunity
She
to.
hasn't, she's hearing a drug case. Since the beginning of the case, she hasn't tested.
Understood, Your Honor.
I hadn't tested, Your Honor, because I didn't know that I could just, by me missing mine, I didn't know that I could just go walk back in. I thought I needed another referral.
Oh, come on. Come on, really? You saying that because you missed one, that, oh no, I can't go back now. Guess I'll wait for court again to get another referral. Come on.
Or I would have went over there and walked in and
It's
tested.
not as though you didn't have an attorney, whether it be the previous attorney, whether it be Ms. Foster.
And also, you have legal counsel.
To tell you what you could do regarding community corrections, if anything. But, you know, you didn't abide by community corrections. You didn't appear in court. You get the court thing cleared up, but then you had the other thing. And I still, from the time of year, I don't have a test on you.
I can go take one today. I can go over there right now when I leave here.
Mm-hmm.
But I just need to know, am I
You want to
assigned?
say, I will adjourn her probable cause conference to October 30th,
Baby.
2025, 9 a.m. Anything you want to say before I send you on the violation?
No, sir.
Well, at this point, she's not complied with everything. I'm going to revoke her bond, sentence her to 7 days, Washington County Jail, defendant's remanded.
Yep. That'll be
Is there a way that I can get somebody? I have my daughter here with me,
Come on. Why
Ma'am,
don't
you
bring your
probably
daughter
shouldn't
with
have
you?
done that.
but she only had a half a day of school today.
Ma'am,
Come on this way.
they'll figure it out.
Okay. Let me get her this. Yep, I'll give it. One back.
Ma'am, go with my bailiff now. Now.
Uh-oh.
Court does call the case, People versus Terrence Smith.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Edward Lucas on behalf of Terrence Smith.
Your name?
Terrence Smith.
All right, I have a plea form. Is that what we're doing today?
That's correct, Your Honor. There's two different things, and I don't want to hide the lead. There is a violation as well that should be in the file.
That's correct, Your Honor. Defense counsel, I did have a chance to discuss that. I told Mr. Turkis I wasn't sure if the court would want to move forward with the plea today.
I'm not gonna want to.
Regarding the violation, there would be an
It's like
admission.
cuddling a baby at this point.
And with that admission, he has worked with
Baby.
CMH and gotten into additional programming. He was dropped off here today
Right,
by
Nick, what are you
a
doing,
counselor,
Serrano?
and he wants
What the
to
hell is that?
continue to have negative tests, but obviously there's the positive test that just happened.
Well, the problem that I have is that the last testing that he has, he's been unable, then he missed a sample on October 6th. I'll accept his admission, but then on October 6th, he's negative, but then he just comes back positive for cocaine.
There was issues with his rent, and he's worked with his counselor. And he also wants to address the court.
I was gonna say, how does rent?
Well,
How's rent relevant to doing cocaine?
what do you want to tell me?
As far as what I can tell you, to being bluntly honest, well, I had a eviction on my door because I had my son living with me. So after that, I got that fixed. October the 7th, I think. But I was going through a bad time situation. So I take full accountability for the situation that happened. But when it comes down to, I got a bleeding ulcer. So when I called Cheryl, I told her I couldn't make it in because I was going through a bad spot, but she didn't answer the phone. So I still came in. And I tried to use the bathroom. I got bipolar depression, anxiety. I waited a whole hour. And because she told me I can wait in there. So I waited an hour in there sitting and I still couldn't use the bathroom because of my respiratory system. So it's been going bad, but it's getting better because ever since that I've been coming to drop, I was using alcohol, but ever since I've been coming to drop, I haven't used no alcohol. So my body is getting better. So when I went in on October the 15th, I dropped, and like I said, I take full responsibility for the situation that happened, but I have been clean, but I went through a rough patch, a little episode. So, I mean, I'm just being honest. I take full accountability. I made a mistake. I went down there, I told my counselor. So my counselor, they didn't want me to ride the bus. So they brought me here.
You have an upcoming appointment?
She made an appointment for CMH to get, I got an appointment for CMH to go in there and talk to them. She said she's going to stay there for like 4 or 5 days from now because I had to come to court. She wanted to take me today, but instead she had to bring me here.
What's your appointment date?
She says she's going to put it, she put it in the system, but she says she's going to get it on her.
Where'd the cocaine come from?
Pretty much. How does the cocaine get involved in all this? What?
Well, to be honest.
Okay, let's start there.
Yeah, being honest, like I said, I've been doing, Your Honor, I'm being honest. I want to be honest. I've been doing
you should
fine.
be for the court.
I picked up a little weight, like Miss Marilyn, my landlord, she said, you've been doing fine. But I just got into a bad spot in my life. And I'm just being honest. I just want to be honest. I don't want to lie to nobody. And I made a mistake. I just made a mistake. But after that, I've been going down there talking to my counselor every day, and everything's going swell because
The problem, yeah, I think Brooke mentioned this. The problem about getting clean is being able to go through those rough patches and not self-medicate.
they're keeping tabs on me. They do wellness checks at my house because of my bipolar. But what happened was I had got around, but I'm taking accountability, but I just got around the wrong people when I went out and was hanging out. The one time I did hang out, and lately I'm an introvert, so I just be in the house.
Oh
so
my
I just
God. He's introverted, he's got anxiety, he's bipolar, he's in depression.
just got beside myself. I'm just being honest, but my counselor's been with me every day now, and I've been staying in the house, and she's taking me to community health. And she's everything's going well. Miss Marilyn, my landlord, she's been coming up checking on me, and everything's been going well. They take me to the grocery store.
Your Honor, if I can just add in here, he had 4 negative tests. There were the 2 that you indicated, the refusals. He somewhat explained that he had a missed sample. He was negative, and then we had the relapse. So there's, other than the unable or refusing, he is testing negative. There was the most recent test that was positive. What I'd be asking the court today would be if he can get another negative in between now and the next court date. Obviously, that's a very good indication that he is telling the truth and he had a bad night with the positive test. But
I went and told my counselor, and because I quit drinking alcohol, and like I said, I've been gaining weight. I've been doing everything good. And I went and told Miss Jenna and Miss Marilyn. And after that, they've been coming to check on me every single day. And I go downstairs, play ping pong, dominoes, and they read books with me. And I've been doing everything right. And my mom, I called my mom. My mom said, dress nice and be honest to you because you're a good judge. So I just came here. And I'm just being honest. I don't want to lie.
I know, but I still don't know where the cocaine came from.
were you hanging around with people?
I really don't never leave out the house. Can I be honest with you? Okay, my brother had a heart attack, right? This ain't about my brother.
God, bro, he keeps saying, "I'll be honest with you," or "I'm gonna be honest with you," and then he keeps on piling on event after event after event.
My brother had a heart attack. So what happened was I ended up catching the bus
Hey,
on my way to go
welcome,
see him
Megan
downtown in Ann
Raiders.
Arbor. On my way to go see him. Didn't make it to go see my brother when he came out of coma because I get downtown, like my mom don't let me ride the bus. I get downtown, see some guys I know. Before you know it, this the situation to end up. Boom, my mom called me, tell me get back home. I go home, and I've been in the house ever since. Besides just going to report, because I really don't never come out the house because after what happened to my brother when they killed my brother. So I really just don't like to be out the house. I got caught in a bad spot around the wrong people, and that won't happen again. I promise. I give you my word on that.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm gonna revoke his bond. I'll adjourn it out to
we're
next
done.
week.
Okay.
And so I'll adjourn it out to the 30th, 2025. And maybe by that time you can give me a straight answer. I'm not gonna take this plea today. I'll hold on.
No, I said I did wrong, Your Honor.
Defendant is admitted to the violation. Defendant's remanded.
Man,
Southbound.
we'll come back.
Can you grab my jacket right there? Yep.
I'll come and see you in custody.
Thank you.
You're
Please, for now.
Welcome, everybody.
Well, no, let me give it back to you because I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Anna.
Oh, and
I can't end it now that the Raiders are here, so we'll go in for one more video. Another one, but this one is not Judge Simpson. Hi, Raiders. As you can see, it's I got a cast. I had a bike accident last Saturday. Not happy about it. This is on top of losing my eek, but we don't have to go through that again. All right. What's this?
Robert Thomas
Yes, sir.
Boyd, 25BA 2557. All right. Calling the prosecutor.
There's an e-bike.
How you doing, Mr. Boyd?
Hi, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. Your name?
Robert Thomas Boyd.
Are they going to give me good news when I call them out and they're going to tell me that you've done what I asked you to do? Or are they going to tell me, or are they going to tell me that you haven't done it all of what I asked you to do?
I got a big dump by the garage. I'm ready to go,
Ready to go. What do you mean?
get my permit, there tomorrow.
Mr. Boyd,
What?
you're not going to make me push in jail again, are you?
No, not.
Well,
I
come
can't get it
on.
done from there.
Mr. Boyd,
Yeah, I broke my wrist.
I can't wait to hear what they're going to tell me. I've been waiting for bated breath since my recorder told me you were coming in here today. Yesterday, she told me that, oh boy, what has Mr. Boyd done? Or more importantly, what has he not done? Has he?
Okay, okay, I'm asking. So I apparently there's some prior lore here. It sounds like somebody in the chat mentioned this. Did he clean up? Did he have like a code violation of like trash on his yard, and he's supposed to clean it up, and he hasn't yet? Is that what's going on here? RJ, thank you for becoming a member.
Done anything?
Hoarder, gotcha.
All right, I'll give you a lawyer if you want one. If you want a lawyer, I'm going to give you one right now. Do you want a lawyer?
No, thank you.
Your name.
Caitlin Foley Carter from Fresno Township.
Your name.
Rocker someday up in Toronto.
What are you going to tell me? Tell me it's all cleaned up. Tell me it looks like the Taj Mahal. Tell me we'd all want to move in there.
The only progress is that he's gotten a dumpster this week delivered to the site. Nothing's inside of the dumpster that I admit that the garage is still.
So, so apparently, he was ordered to get this shit taken care of a month ago, and all he's done is he's got a dumpster delivered at the house, but is apparently empty.
Oh, Mr. Boyd, you're killing me. You're killing me.
I was waiting till I come in today before putting anything in the dumpster. But
Why?
If you send me.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad me and the judge said at the same time, why? Why would you wait? Wait, this has been going on since 2014? So this has been going on for over a decade? Yeah, Hawk. I would agree, Hawk. If this is like in the middle of like podunk nowhere, I probably wouldn't care as much about crap in the yard. But if he's in like an urban area, like where I used to live, up in New Jersey, and he's got a whole bunch of like nasty junk, yeah, I'm going to expect that people are going to be like, dude, clean up your shit. Yeah. Okay.
In jail for 85 days, I'm gonna send the dumpster back. I can't have it sit there.
Why are you being a wise guy with me?
I'm not, sir. I'm just telling you the truth.
No, sorry. With that tone of voice, you are absolutely being a smart ass. Hold on. I thought I wouldn't need to drink, but I might have to stop next door and get something.
I don't know what to do with it. Short of sending him for 85 days. He's gonna be in there for Christmas. How old are you again?
Pardon?
How old are you again?
78, the 27th of this month.
Well, we share a birth. Just, you have a couple years on.
Yes, sir.
What am I gonna do?
Your Honor, I don't know what to do. We did have enough.
I think, well, I mean, if it's true, I'm seeing in chat that the city has been trying to get this guy to clean up his shit for almost 15 years, and he hasn't done anything. I don't know what else they can do other than to put him, lock him up, deprive him of his liberty.
You just wanted to speak to Mr. Boyd. He told us just about the same, that he hasn't done a whole lot since last time we were here. He hasn't obtained a demolition permit to take down that garage, so
He has or hasn't?
so he made no progress towards doing at least that very first goal. I do have a picture that Mr. Harris took yesterday showing the front of the property that still has the trailer, the boat, the vehicles, what have you.
I don't know why you're making me do this. I don't know why you're making me do this, Mr.
How does that solve the problem? I mean, there's not a whole lot, because what they might end up doing is they lock them up, and then they get like a warrant, or they get a court order allowing them to go in, clean it up themselves, and then bill him for the cost when he gets out.
Boyd.
I put the boat out in front.
Mr. Boyd, I don't know why you're making
Which would most likely be mean that they'll probably put a lien on the house.
me do this.
An abatement action.
I don't,
yeah.
I do not know why you are pushing me to the point that you leave me no choice. I don't understand why you're doing this. I really don't understand it.
I do work slow. I'm 78,
You haven't done anything.
I have. I've done a lot. I've moved a lot of stuff. I had to throw away what I didn't want.
What did you move? What did you move? When did you move it? I don't know that you've done anything.
You wouldn't see it because I put it away.
Can you guys give me something positive here?
Try to start with the positive that he got the dumpster. He has not pulled, nothing meant the boat that is for sale, there's not a for sale sign on it. I mean, at least put a for sale sign on it if you're gonna park it in front of yours. Cause he's moved the boat when you were there, it was in the back.
Right.
He moved it to the street.
Nice.
Makes it look worse, but he says it's for sale, but there's not even a for sale sign on it.
How's somebody supposed to be a mind reader? See a boat out there and they think it's for sale without a sign? Don't have anything to be for sale if there's not a for sale sign.
My son promised me that he was gonna put a sign on it. He's half owner in the boat.
I don't know what to do. Do you have any?
Wait, what did you just say?
My son promised me that he was gonna put a sign.
Have anything to be for sale if there's not a for sale sign?
My son promised me that he was gonna put a sign on it. He's
My
half over in
son, my son promised me.
the boat.
I don't know what to do. Do you have any ordinance that allows you guys to go in there and clean it up and put it on his tax rolls?
Short of abating the nuisance civil court, we don't have that.
Short of a what?
Abate the nuisance civil act.
In circuit court. I know, but maybe that's the route you need to go.
I was hopeful that this would have put Mr. Boyd on notice, and I understand that doing some time maybe would have jump-started the progress, but unfortunately.
I don't know.
Give me a chance to start tearing it down.
I don't know, Mr. Boyd.
Got a
Come on.
nice big dump box here.
How long's it been going on, this case, Miss Foley Carter?
Based on the register of actions, he's had ordinance violations dating back to 2011.
2011, we were young then. You were young, I was young.
This citation was issued back.
It's 14 years ago. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Judge. This citation was issued back in April. Prior to that, he had the civil infraction citation for the same thing.
So you've done nothing. You've done nothing. When were you last in court? Mr. Boyd, I feel horrible. You are a pleasant, likable man. But you are not complying with orders. That's a dangerous building.
Yes, sir.
Forget the blight. It's just flat out dangerous over there. And I can't get you to do anything. I usually would like to think I'm more successful at causing people to understand that they have to do something, and I don't know what to do with you. I really don't. I don't know what I can do. When were you last here? A month ago?
Something like that.
And you've done nothing but move the boat out without a for sale sign and order a dumpster that has nothing in it.
Well, my truck was in the shop for 3 weeks.
Well, good. Then if your truck was in the shop, then you had to be home and you had all kinds of time to do things. I don't know what else to do, guys. I just don't know what else to do. If I saw some effort.
Well, I'll see how well I do with the dump.
New review hearing date in 4 weeks, Lisa.
November 19th at 8:30.
November 19th at 8:30. When I go home tonight, I'm gonna feel horrible. But I have to give you another 5 days.
He's taking him to jail.
I'm setting another review hearing date on November 19th at 8:30.
That doesn't give.
Mr. Boyd. It's just this the way it's gonna go until you take care of the property. You think I feel good about this? I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue with you. You're just defiant. I don't know what is going on with you, but I can't allow this to go on. I just can't. This is nothing I want to do. Zero interest in doing what I'm doing right now. None. I'll go home and think about this tonight. Like, what could I have said to Mr. Boyd on the multiple other occasions that he appeared in front of me that might have compelled him to do something?
I feel I have done things.
Mr. Boyd?
14 years.
Sorry. Have a seat. I feel horrible. You make me do things I don't want to do. Have a seat over there, sir.
Well, not yet, sir.
I mean, you don't want. I mean, obviously, you don't want to send him to jail, but I mean, I don't. There's a difficulty in providing an incentive. I just realized it's getting dark over here. Hold on. But I think that ultimately the only solution here is to force the issue. The city gets an abatement order, get rid of all the crap, and put a lien on his property to pay for it.
Easy. Court does call the case of the people versus Jeffrey Sanders.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Retained Assistant Prosecuting Attorney. I'm happy to go.
And Laura Yagi, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Sanders.
All right. And he's,
So, Your Honor,
go ahead.
was the date and time set for preliminary examination. Before we even got to that point, there was some conversation I had with defense counsel regarding proceeding with this case, and also information I received that there is a CPS investigation. That investigation is based on the reports that defendant has been living with, or at least at the very least staying with the victim in violation of his PPO as well as violation of his bond conditions. I informed counsel of that. I know we had a chambers conference regarding that matter. It was the people's position that we were going to ask for remand to keep him in custody until we could have a bond violation hearing and to adjourn the exam to follow. The victim was not present here this morning, although there was some back and forth about whether or not she was on her way. The victim had expressed great fears about showing up here today and what the defendant would do if he knew that she was going to testify. After our chambers conference, Your Honor, I came out to call the victim. There was some conversation about having the victim appear via Zoom. So Deputy Raymond Hall and I called the victim to have a conversation with her about the possibility of her doing that. During that conversation, towards the end of the conversation, she caught our attention as we were hanging up the phone and said the defendant had been texting her throughout this whole day, essentially, throughout this whole procedure, and that she wanted someone to go look for him because he had texted her that he was going to run. I then left the conference room right away. I informed Public Defender Yagi about what we had learned and was looking for the defendant. My understanding at that point from Ms. Yagi was that defendant was going to go use the restroom. I came out in the hallway. That is what he claimed he was doing. I had Deputy Raymond Hall follow him based on what we had just learned. Next thing I know, I was back in the courtroom. I heard police stop. And when I went out in the hallway, defendant was no longer there. And it was my understanding that he had taken off.
In my understanding with reports from security that he took off, that would be the southern emergency entrance out of this building headed in a southerly direction. Ms. Yagi, anything?
Your Honor, I don't think there is anything I need to add at this point.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want me to say, Judge, as a public defender?
Based upon that, and this is date and time set for preliminary examination, I'm going to issue a bench warrant for the defendant's failure to appear. There will be no bond. That warrant will issue immediately. I have also marked the file that this matter, initially anyway, it might ultimately be set before Judge Washington, but should be set before me when we get him, and we will.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And that was going to be a bad ready? No, not letting me go. Court does. Can we get Mr. Burke out?
I think he should be in custody.
No, I want to go on the record. Yes, I know.
They found him, Your Honor.
They caught him.
So I don't know.
Pardon?
If we're one of the, I'm sorry, on Mr. Sanders, they found him, but they have him.
They have him?
They have him. Excellent police work. I don't know if the court.
Best in the state.
Do anything today?
Oh, yes. If you guys have time, let's bring him to me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go and pick him up right now. He's just around the corner.
Fantastic. I'll be here with bells on. All right, court is standing brief recess. I need that file back.
Yeah. I will pull you in.
Well.
Hello.
You may be seated. Court does call case of the people versus Jeffrey Sanders.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Retained Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of the
And Laura Yagi, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Sanders, who is to my right.
Jeffrey Sanders.
All right.
Your Honor, before we start, I also just received a text message sent from the victim to the officer in charge, Deputy Hall. It's a screenshot at this stage. Of course, we need to get more information. It's a screenshot from someone named Jeffrey saying, you okay? If you want me in jail, just say so. She says, I don't want you to. That was read by him at 11:42 a.m. Then he says 9 out of 10 times I am. Then he says he back. Then he says, can you talk? Then he says, I'm gonna run. This seems to coincide with what the victim was telling us towards the end of our conversation.
Wow.
All right. So I don't know where you want to start, Jackie.
I frankly, I don't either. I think what I would request today is that this be set, reset for exam and set for bond violation hearing, because at this point today, I don't feel prepared to go forward on the bond violation aspect. To be candid with the court, I just need more time to talk to Mr. Sanders about these allegations that I just learned about a few hours ago, and I need to go through them in more depth and more detail with Mr. Sanders.
Okay, but just so that we're clear, as we were going through the conversation this morning regarding certain reports and certain other things and certain allegations by the alleged victim in this case, in a lot of ways is referencing his status right now. Aren't those irrelevant to the court? I mean, because, well, I won't say absolutely irrelevant, but for the purposes of today, certainly they're no longer relevant. I mean, even if, which was the court's attempt to try to determine as to whether or not he might pose some threat to the victim in this case, I don't even know that I need to go through that part of the
Also true.
analysis, because clearly he's demonstrated that he's a flight risk. And so he's not going anywhere today. I mean, I hope he enjoyed his little last half hour of freedom. And so, I mean, there's that issue. And also, we were getting indications, and they will get them, that he was texting the victim, and he's got a no contact. I mean, I'll set it for a hearing, but I don't know.
What's there to hear?
I think one of my questions, well, the first question would be, obviously, is there a bond violation? The next question is, what is the appropriate sentence for that bond violation? One of the things that I do think is especially relevant is, I do think it would be relevant for the court's consideration in terms of a sentence for a bond violation, the context of the conversations. And I don't have that at this time. And I think it would be important for me to be able to prepare and for the court to have, because I mean, I don't want to necessarily go further today, but I think it does make a difference if there is contact with someone, versus if someone is calling, texting, and saying, will you respond? And then there's a response. I just think it matters in terms of sentence, even if it doesn't matter in terms of whether or not there's a violation, because one of the things that the state's witness said this morning was that she had been reaching out and asking for a response.
Your Honor, first of all, I'm sorry, may I?
Yes.
First of all, I don't appreciate that my conversation that I had with a victim in this case was overheard, listened to, whatever it may be. The part that's now being put on the record is also a great deal about why that victim did not show up today. And as we witnessed, quite frankly, she probably had good reason not to show today, because I don't know what defendant would have done. And I had to call this victim. I had to have deputies go out and have our victim advocate contact her and essentially tell her, take your kids and run, get out of the house, because that's very likely where he was going after finding out that she was going to appear on Zoom. I mean, she was willing to appear on Zoom and testify today, despite all her hesitations. And he decides to run, and he's messaging. I cannot imagine a context where that is okay or acceptable or excusable in any way. We are here for a court hearing, and he is messaging her as we're talking to her. So I want to be very clear. I don't think it's appropriate to further put any statements the victim made on the record in front of this defendant, because quite frankly, we're just increasing her risk here. This is high lethality, 100%. And we are not going to contribute to making the risk for her even greater than it is by talking about statements she made in confidence speaking to. We're just not going to do that. So I would ask Ms. Yagi to stop right there if she's going to get into further anything that has to do with what the statements the victim made.
I understand. I will request that it be set for bond violation hearing. I don't feel prepared today to address it. I think there are statements that are discoverable, and so I'll follow up with the prosecutor about that.
Can efforts be made to have the victim available next week?
We'll do our best, Your Honor.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, adjourn the preliminary examination. I'm going to keep the case. It would go back to Judge Washington on the 28th, but we'll get it heard sooner if I keep it. So I'll set the preliminary examination for October 21st, 2025, 9 a.m. That will be before me. I'll also set a bond hearing. We'll hear it sometime that day. Bond violation hearing. Anything you want to say before I do what I'm going to do regarding bond?
Not from me, Your Honor.
You know, Mr. Sanders, I'm just going to say this before I do it because I think it's important. Your attorney was back there, her and the prosecutor, going back and forth, and I'm sitting there listening. And I tried my best to make sure that every opportunity was at least afforded before any presumption was made regarding any contact, regarding any of that, by having the victim appear via Zoom. And you decided at some point that you were just going to not pay attention to any of these proceedings, do everything your own way. My understanding is you told an officer in the hallway that you weren't going to go anywhere, that you were going to the restroom, knowing darn well that you were just at some point trying to find your way out of this building.
Mm-hmm.
I was also informed that at some point, which may lead to additional charges, when they're telling you to stop, you just kept going. And maybe you need to also understand this, that you set off in this building by going out an emergency exit, an incredible amount of protocols in this building to keep everybody here safe when you went out for your little half an hour jaunt, wherever the heck you thought you were going, with the thought that you weren't going to get caught. If the court had made up its mind that I wasn't going to incarcerate you, you changed that. This is all you. Because as I've indicated, I have to be concerned about two things. One, at least before now, I wasn't concerned about you being a risk of flight, but I have to be concerned about that. And I have to be concerned also about the protection of the public, but particularly the victim in this case.
Yeah.
My heart of hearts tells me that at some point, that's where you were headed. To terrorize her more, because you were gone. And because you laughed, had all kinds of court security down this way, trying to figure out what was going on. All kinds of debt. You threw law enforcement into this whole world of trying to find you. At the same time, trying to protect her and those 4 children, because there was no telling what you would do.
Yep.
So you might as well get used to one thing. You've shown me what you are at this point. I don't have to try to hear a whole lot from people about what you are, because I think you were going after her. And I'm going to tell you, on my watch, that's not going to happen. Defendant's previous bond is canceled. Defendant's bond is hereby ordered revoked. Defendant is remanded.
Shocker.
Is that it? 14 days stands adjourned. I'm good. So who got him? Was it Pittsfield?
Okay. This is where I'm going to call it. Appreciate you guys. Serrana's napping behind me right there. Thank you guys. I don't know when I'm going to stream next. Serrana's got her appointment tomorrow. So I might stream tomorrow. I'm probably not going to stream. Well, no, actually, I can't say for certain I'm not going to stream on Saturday. I am going to be able to get the. I have a dinner with my parents. Sorry, but we'll see. It's still raw. The emotions. I had the inkling I needed to get myself live, so you guys know that I'm still alive. So appreciate it. You guys have a good one. No, Serrana's okay. This is just to get her up to date on her vaccinations and give her a once over, make sure she's okay. I'm a little paranoid now. All right, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Okay. All right. Bye. Baby. You're a baby. All right, fine.